Greetings and happy Halloween once again. Welcome to another round of Arbitration Studios as we continue our journey across the whole damn thing of Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver. I cannot even attempt to do Tony J's voice. By consuming Melchiah's apostates. No, I can't. Anyway. But yes, we consumed Melchiah's apostate soul, and that gave us a really cool ability, just as a refresher. I like to call this the power of the magic T-pose. Whee! You see, we're right at the, not at the hub, but sort of at the beginning of the game. So we couldn't cross here earlier. Should we explore here before we go on to the next part of our journey?
Yes.
Alrighty. By the way, we didn't introduce ourselves. I'm JP Arbiter.
I'm Mrs. Arbiter.
And, we're doing things.
Okay, hi.
Oh.
Oh my. What is that?
This is the cathedral. This will be important later.
Okay.
But we lack the tools to enter it right now.
Need a key card or something?
Or something. So, yeah, we absorbed Melchiah's apostate soul, we gained the power of the magic T-pose, and now our patron bids us that we are ready to confront Kain. I think this is a horrible decision, but it's what the god demands.
It is a very horrible decision.
By the way, did you notice how this ramp closed?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's the power of the, warping of the material and the spiritual realm in Nosgoth. By the way, that's the name of this world, is Nosgoth.
Nosgoth.
I
swear there's another game series that uses Nosgoth as a central location as well.
Oh. Remember when you were asking about that?
Oh, shiny.
We now know. Huh. Oh, crap, I forgot. Water bad. Oh well. But yes, we can get to shiny now thanks to the power of our magic T-pose.
And it's like you can eat some. There's food in there for you to power you up again.
Nums.
As you get out of the swimming pool.
I thought I had to wait at least 30 minutes before.
Nah, it's a myth. Granted, it's more about whether or not it gives you a stomach ache.
Because, yeah, if you engage in heavy-duty exercise after eating, whether it's swimming or not, yeah, you could puke.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I said, heavy.
So
Gotta be careful. Your stomach might or might not like you.
Mm-hmm.
It has nothing to do with water. Same goes if you eat a big meal and suddenly go on a roller coaster.
Alright. Well...
what's that?
Oh, that's another, Durahim.
Durahim?
Yes. To review, the vampires in this universe derive their names from their patron. Each patron is one of Raziel's brothers. So, there we go.
So which brother is he connected to?
Duma.
Duma.
Duma, who is the penultimate boss of this game.
Really?
Yes.
One down from Kain?
One down from the final boss encounter. Yes.
Okay.
But remember, we're going to confront Kain now because, according to the Elder God, we're powerful enough to do it now that we have the power of the magic T-pose. So...
Let's see if that's true. Okay, they're frog-like, which means water doesn't hurt them.
Well, we're also in the spiritual realm right now where water has no mass.
or volume or effect.
Yep.
Okay.
Anyway, here's our sanctuary.
Why did the door shut? Oh, because fight.
Because Kain's 2 appointed guards suddenly saw me teleport in from literally nowhere. We got this last time. Should we see what it's about?
Yes, let's. Wow, that's impressive, actually.
It's a little Jedi mind trick.
And they got in the water and are no more.
Come and get me.
Come on.
Whoop.
I'm wondering if he can't leave that space.
He's a good little guard dog, so I'm gonna have to beat him back.
You're gonna have to beat him, throw him in the water.
Alright, up we go. Upsies, downsies.
Bye.
That water's not even ankle deep and it's lethal. So yeah, the Raziel's brothers, Malchiah, who we've already tackled, Zephom, Rahab, and Duma are the ones that we are going to face. There is another brother by the name of Terrell, who we were supposed to confront in this game, but Crystal Dynamics ran out of time, so he was not finished, I should say.
Huh.
We would eventually confront Terrell in the sequel, The Legacy of Kain: Defiance. So
eventually you catch up with that brother.
Eventually.
What was that brother's thing?
It was twofold. One, hyper advanced hearing, which had no gameplay mechanics, combined with telekinesis.
Oh.
The end result of it, though, was that he evolved to be blind. He was the most bat-like of the brothers.
Interesting.
Malchiah emphasized the undead attribute, which meant that he could heal extremely rapidly, but was also in a state of constant decay. I will leave the fates of Zephom, Rahab, and Duma for when we encounter them. But right now, Kain, we have business. And for the record, this right here is why I have loved this series since I first encountered it in '99. Between the awesome music and
Kain.
This right here, this
The abyss
philosophical
has been unkind.
blather.
I am your creation, Kain. Now, as before, you criticize your own work. What have you done with my clan, degenerate? You have no right.
What I have made, I can also destroy, child.
Damn you, Kain! You are not God! This act of genocide is unconscionable!
Conscience? You dare to speak to me of conscience? Only when you have felt the full gravity of choice should you dare question my judgment. Your lifespan is a flicker compared to the mass of doubt and regret that I have borne since Mortanius first turned me from the light. To know
about
that
the
the fate of the
color of what
world
he's standing
hangs
on.
dependent on the advisedness of my every deed.
I will explain.
Can you even begin
everything
to conceive
after this
what
encounter.
action you would
Okay.
take in my position?
I would choose integrity, Kain.
Look around you, Raziel. See what has become of our empire. Witness the end of an age. The clans scattered to the corners of Nosgoth. This place has outlasted its usefulness. As have you.
The Soul Reaver, Kain's ancient blade, older than any of us and 1,000 times more deadly. The legends claimed that the blade was possessed and thrived by devouring the souls of its victims. For all our bravado, we knew what it meant when Kain drew the Soul Reaver in anger. It meant you were dead.
The only choice at this point being to literally bum rush him. Because otherwise that happens.
Oh, great.
So. Asshole! I'm trying to kill my father here. So.
What about using that new power you gained? That rune.
Won't work.
Runes don't work on them?
They do not.
Oh, that sucks.
There we go. I do not need to do 3 in a row. That was not supposed to happen, was it?
The blade is vanquished. So it unfolds. And we are a step closer to our destiny.
So instead of killing you, it shattered the...
When he tried to slay me directly by placing the blade, by essentially trying to impale me with the sword instantly shattered.
I saw a glint of satisfaction in Kain's eye when the Soul Reaver was destroyed.
Something that,
I did not understand the game that Kain was
as Raziel just explains, Kain seemed to have expected to happen. Which is not what you would think when you are an all-powerful autocrat with a literal nuclear deterrent for a personal weapon. I mean, if you had a sword that drained the souls of its victims upon attacking them, and it shattered, you would panic, wouldn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Its energy unbound.
But Kain does
No
not.
longer a physical blade. It can only manifest itself in the material realm when your strength is fully restored.
Backstory.
Once manifest,
This is the world of Nosgoth, and the world is literally and figuratively held up by the 9 pillars of Nosgoth.
I did not intend
Those
to
pillars
rest.
you see behind Raziel right now.
Mm-hmm.
And do they look like they're in a state of good repair?
Are required to recline.
Mm-hmm.
Do they?
No, child.
Nope.
All I may do is watch and remember, ceaselessly
So,
conscious as this
the
wretched
original
world's
game,
history
The Legacy of Kain
unfurls.
Blood Omen, which I'm working on a way for us to
Insufferable
be able to
future.
play for this channel,
they
but
one
it's a
and
little bit
same?
more difficult.
Am I always here?
How have you come to
Because
haunt these
it
pillars?
requires a PlayStation 1, and I don't have a
Kain
PlayStation 1.
refused the sacrifice. The pillar of balance, corrupted to its core, stands as a monument.
As
to
she's
his
explaining
blind
here,
ambition.
each pillar has
Now
a
these pillars serve
guardian
only to
assigned
bind
to
me
it
here.
at birth.
My prison and eternal home, thanks to
That
the
guardian
avarice of your master,
is
Kain.
blessed with powerful magics and unnaturally long
Then we
lives.
share a common foe, Raziel. Return here when you
Ariel
have need. Ariel remembers
was
what others
the
have
guardian
forgotten.
of the Pillar of Balance, the key pillar that bound all of the others in her life. That pillar is the one that Kain directly has its throne on.
Oh.
Far Far in
the
eastern
other 9
mountains,
representing
a
various
stifled titan stands in
literal
mute
and
surrender,
esoteric elements of
unwilling
life
host to
and
a
death,
parasitic
including
swarm.
pillars of life and death. So, at some point, a malign force decided that it wanted to bring the pillars down. But there's a problem. Much like the Avatar cycle in Avatar: The Last Airbender,
It continues.
yeah, every time a guardian dies, whether by natural causes or by being slain,
Somebody new.
a new guardian takes its place, as dictated by the pillar itself. The pillar, for want of a better way to put it, chooses its new guardian from the moment of that individual's birth, immediately upon the moment of the previous guardian's death. It is that instantaneous.
Wow.
So Kain was ordained to be the new guardian of balance from the moment of Ariel's death. The only problem with this was that Ariel was murdered and her body was discovered by her lover, who is the guardian of the Pillar of the Mind, a psychic by the name of Nupraptor. Being a psychic with the ability to both perfectly recall the past and perfectly see the future, but for some reason being completely incapable of seeing Ariel's demise to even know that Ariel was in danger in the first place, went completely insane.
Keep lies far to the east, beyond the ruins that greeted your first exit from the underworld.
Ah.
He and his brood have cocooned themselves in a derelict cathedral, having murdered its human guardians.
Remember when I said that was an important place?
Mm-hmm.
So, anyway. Having lost faith in his abilities, Nupraptor just completely went off the deep end and made a psychic attack against his fellow guardians, corrupting on a spiritual level all of them, and completely demolishing the cycle of death and rebirth.
So he fussed with the system. Got it.
Oh, he fussed with it big time. The end result of it was that Kain was the last ordained guardian of the Pillar of Balance. And then something strange happened. The short version of it is that Kain was killed around his 30th birthday, and his spirit was sent to hell.
All right.
But it didn't go there naturally. Instead, what ended up happening was that the guardian of the Pillar of Death, Mortarion, or Mortanius, I forget. I always want to 40k it, even though that's not appropriate. Hijacked his soul and offered him a chance at vengeance. But in order to do that, he had to turn Kain into a vampire, both to partially release him from his duties as Balance Guardian, so that when he landed the killing blow upon the other Pillar Guardians, that it would stick, and partially as a way of, for want of a better way to put it, depowering Kain from the get-go. So the whole idea is that you're being driven by the spirit of Ariel, the Balance Guardian, the half-faced ghost lady that you saw, and Mortarion, to in Blood Omen 1 to kill the other guardians to push along the cycle of death and rebirth and give and basically turn over the pillars to the next generation and get a clean slate.
Okay. So now all the humans are worshiping you because you didn't kill them?
Because I didn't kill that one. Word of my mercy hath spread. Now, at the end of Blood Omen, after you slay all the guardians and do some time travel shenanigans, you are faced with a choice. Because in order for the pillars to be restored, all of the guardians have to die.
And Kain, being one of the guardians, has to be killed.
Yep. So you are given a choice at the end to do the noble thing that is expected of you, sacrifice your own life and let the next generation take over, where you will be immediately forgotten about, even though you are the land's greatest hero. Or, under the influence of other vampires in the land, you come to appreciate your unnatural gifts and instead opt to change the game, let the pillars crumble, and instead rule the world as a vampire tending his herd. And that...
And see what you can meet by spider-like.
Yep.
Exactly what you would think would happen if a spider and a human had a baby.
Hey, for some, I'm pretty sure that's a kink.
I know.
Alright. So. Woo! Get in there. So, anyway, yeah, so, this game, Soul Reaver, the immediate sequel to the Legacy, Blood Omen, the Legacy of Kain, made the presumption that Kain would refuse to sacrifice his own life and instead raise an army in a bid for vampiric supremacy. And as a result, the pillars of Nosgoth that literally and metaphorically held up the world
Are crumbling.
are in complete ruin and inflicting a cataclysm upon Nosgoth. And so, after thousands of years have passed, Raziel here, for reasons that are not known to anyone at the time, has been selected as Kain's executioner. Now, when I first played this game, I assumed this was a situation of many have tried this. But that assumption, as it turns out, was wrong. Okay. Do. Ah, here we are.
Yeah, stairs.
Ooh, think I can T-pose through there?
Give it a try.
Nope.
Oh, shame.
Shame. So, but yeah. No, it's, while I'm sure that many have tried and none have succeeded in terms of killing Kain, there is something special about Raziel, and we will get to that
Later.
as we as we run across this series, if we decide we want to run across this series.
Oh, I is one just sitting there. Never mind.
He is a spider waiting in ambush. Whee!
He is a spider and you are a fly. But you do not want to be eaten.
I do not want to be eaten.
Not by the likes of that spider.
No, spiders are gross. And kaboom! That's what the Soul Reaver does.
Hello. Nice.
Earth whack.
Boop. It boops them.
It boops them. And when they get booped, they explode. I'm Duncan Fisher, and this is my D&D game. Is it trapped, he asks. Of course it's trapped. You explode. Come on. Ah.
Upsy daisy.
Come on. Early play... this was actually like mid-life cycle PlayStation, not early PlayStation, but... Anyway. So yeah. This is the entrance. Finally, we're at the entrance, by the way. To the ruined cathedral, which is our next dungeon, where we will confront our brother Zepham.
Zephyr.
I have a feeling that at some point he was meant to be fast. Zepham, Zephyr.
Oh.
But we will get to Zepham and the ruined cathedral next time on Arbitration Studios. Until then, be seeing you, kids.
Later.